Good day everyone and welcome to Gel Tutorial, an online tutorial where one can ask for help when they need help. So for today, we will solve a derivative problem related to sales. But before that, let us first answer some questions about derivatives. A derivative is the instantaneous rate of change of one quantity in terms of the other quantity. The definition of a derivative can be approached in two different ways. One is geometrical, as a slope of a curve, and the other one is physical, as a rate of change. We can apply derivatives in various fields and ways. To name a few examples, we can apply derivatives in business, economics, engineering, rectilinear motion, sales, weather, population, and many more. Studying derivatives benefits us in many ways. Through derivatives, we can predict and be able to compute how fast an object is moving, the speed of a falling object, rates, and a lot more. The mathematical skills one may need in order to solve derivative problems correctly and efficiently is first, one must have already mastered the different mathematical equations involving algebra. Second, one must have already mastered and memorized and be able to apply the different trigonometric identities. And third, one must be familiar and be able to apply the different rules in getting the derivative of a function. So for today, we will solve a derivative problem related to sales. So first, let us read the question. The number of copies of a best-selling novel sold t weeks after it was introduced is given by n of t equals 4 plus 5t raised to 5 over 3, where t is greater than or equal to 1, where n of t is measured in thousands. How many copies of the novel were sold after 12 weeks? How fast were the sales of the novel changing after 12 weeks? Let us first know what questions are being asked. How many copies of the novel were sold after 12 weeks? And the second question is, how fast were the sales of the novel changing after 12 weeks? So let us solve for the first question. How many copies of the novel were sold after 12 weeks? To get the number of copies sold after 12 weeks, we just have to substitute to n of t. So our first step is identify the given. The given is n of t equals 4 plus 5t raised to 5 over 3. Second step is substitute 12 to n of t. So n of t equals 4 plus 5t raised to 5 over 3. N of 12 equals 4 plus 5 times 12 raised to 5 over 3. N of 12 equals 1024,000 copies. So that is the answer. Now we know that the number of copies sold after 12 weeks is 1024,000 copies. How fast were the sales of the novels changing after 12 weeks? To get this, let us get the first derivative of the given function. So the given function is n of t equals 4 plus 5t raised to 5 over 3. So the next step is, let us use the power rule. Multiply the exponent to its base and subtract 1 from the exponent. Also, we need to get the derivative of the base, which is equal to 5. So there, we use the power rule. So let us simplify it. After simplifying the expression, now we get the first derivative. The answer is 25 over 3 times the cube root of 4 plus 5t squared, or we can also denote it as 25 over 3 times 4 plus 5t raised to 2/3. So now that we have successfully solved for the first derivative of the original function, we can now proceed to step 2, which is we will substitute 12 using the first derivative. So let us use the first derivative that, or let us say the answer we got earlier. So n of t prime equals 25 over 3 times the cube root of 4 plus 5t squared. So let us now substitute it by 12. So now we have 25 over 3 times the cube root of 4 plus 5 times 12 squared. So let us further simplify it. We have 25 over 3 times the cube root of 4 plus 5 times 144. So if we will calculate it, we will get the answer of 400 copies per 3 weeks.